How are you gonna make all these ladies that hate us? How are you gonna get them the message that we're just kidding?
Honestly, one of the things I thought about doing was like, I think we just need to have a few more females on the show that support it, get it, and can explain it. Because we will.
But they're not listening to the show.
We will inadvertently.
Then you do a clip.
Sure, then you do a clip. But we inadvertently will mansplain it to them. And then they're just more offended. Like, if I have to explain it to you.
You're like, listen, bitch, I don't really hate you. I got daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Start with the crack open. Here you go. Welcome back to the next aid station, baby. Another episode. I'm your host, Jake Kilgore. Man on my left. Wow,
hey,
dude. Scott.
The Menage.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cracked it right in the mic.
Beer, huh? Attaboy.
Early morning beer on a Tuesday.
10 a.m. on a Tuesday, you know me.
Let's go, dude. Mick Garrison on my left, man on my left, and I'm rocking the Kodiak shirt. I feel like Spider-Man or something.
Are you with it today?
I'm much more with it
You
today.
were foggy guy yesterday.
Bro, Monday was, my face hurt, my eyes hurt, my brain hurt.
Yeah.
My legs, they hurt, but my face hurt.
Kicking all those rocks, your feet hurt.
My toes are wrecked. I got a couple wrecked toes, but not bad, actually. My feet usually do really well in these races, oddly enough.
How were your quads?
They were the most sore of any.
They always are.
Yeah, like descending. I got to strengthen the quads, man. I don't know what I got to do, but I got to hit more quad strength work.
Hit those front squats.
Because
then you get your core. Front squats are nice because you get the core and you get the quads.
Yeah, I want to be able to descend late in the game, like quickly.
Maybe we need to go get Chepe and go bomb down Big Cottonwood Canyon.
Sure, anything.
Okay.
Anything. I worked on it a lot this summer because I knew that was one of my weaknesses, was like late in the game, being able to descend at a speed I want to descend at safely but swiftly. And I was fine. Like, I did great. I felt good about it. But, yeah, the quads were definitely the most sore. My feet got a little swollen, but that's all normal. I, knock on wood, don't get blisters, which is amazing. I don't know how, but I don't.
Well, so this was your fastest 100-miler ever? Yeah?
Yes.
21 and a half hours, bro?
Yes.
On a tougher course than last year?
Yes.
So that shows the improvement in your. I told you, like, your training was so good.
It was on point. Before we dive into Kodiak, I know you want to dive into Kodiak.
I have so many questions for you.
I got this dope shirt on. I feel like Halloween-y. It's got like spider webby looks on it.
Speaking of spidey senses
Orange.
are tingling. We're gonna do some Moab 240 right now, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we need to dive
Oh.
into that first. It's Tuesday, and Kilian Korth just won the Triple Crown. He won all 3 races. And if anyone was watching our Instagram, we've been partnered with Kilian and his squad in the Forged in Failure, the quest for the crown. And you've probably seen some video clips from that, the documentary that they're creating for Kilian. Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Before we call Kilian, I want to call Kilian on speaker real quick.
Just on your phone?
Yeah, we'll just call him up, old school style.
Yeah.
First time, long time, calling into the show. But before I get him on, is it too early to say he's the favorite for Cocodona?
I mean, okay.
Jeff Browning, Max Jolliffe, Courtney, Rachel Entrekin, DJ Fox is going back. He was top 10 last year-ish. I scanned the list.
Courtney's going back?
Courtney's going back.
Courtney's racing Rachel.
Yes. And I know it's the last thing. The last thing someone wants to talk about after completing the Triple Crown and just winning Moab 240. He's like, "Yeah, so how you feeling about Cocodona? You know what I mean? Are you ready
Well,
for Cocodona?"
I did that to you. I'm like, bro, you're going to UTMB. And you're like, shut the hell up.
I'm like, I am going to UTMB.
I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. You made a point to say like the big name runners didn't really show up for Moab,
Yeah, there was like,
but
no one.
but they're going to be at Cocodona.
Yes, Cocodona just draws them, dude. They get all of them in.
But he's
McKnight's on there. I don't know if he'll
McKnight's
actually
on
race.
what?
He's on Cocodona, but I don't know if he'll actually do it.
I don't know. Kilian's
Eder.
Oh, nice.
Eder's back.
Ramirez. He is fast, dude.
Yeah. So there's.
I think, Kilian is smashing people.
I mean, at a quick glance. Quick glance. Ryan Montgomery.
Whoa.
Ryan Montgomery. Yeah, it's probably
Carson, your
his
boy.
first 200. And Carson. Yeah, Carson and I were DMing before it even opened that we were both.
Sean
DMing.
Smith.
Yep. Jeff Garmeyer.
Cool.
Sean Smith's got a ways to go before he feels healthy, but that dude can run.
I mean,
So anyway, I don't
why?
know.
It's been a long time. He's ready.
I feel like by the time April rolls around, end of April, and we're previewing the show before we go down there and suffer for 3 days, I think we'll be talking about Kilian and Jeff Browning. Max, Max is great, but I don't think he hangs with those two.
Why not Rachel?
Sure, I'm just saying.
You're like, Rachel's not going to beat Kilian,
I don't think so.
but she could take second.
Maybe. Courtney could win the whole thing too, and we wouldn't be surprised.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I kind of, if she went out and head to head beat Kilian in a 250-mile race, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't pick that.
No? I'm having a hard time even picking Jeff Browning over Kilian Korth
I'm
at
not
this very
picking
second.
him over Kilian right now.
Yeah, this very second, I'm like, no, I think he's the favorite. He's got to be the favorite going into Cocodona. Got to be.
Sure, I'm down. I mean, Mike McKnight, he's got, you never know what his health issues are going to be.
It's just such a long race. And
Heather Jackson. Nice.
Bro, Kilian hasn't.
Dude, Eder could win this.
Eder could win it.
Yeah.
Heather Jackson could win it.
That's fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun.
Get him on the phone. Let's see what he says.
Let's get him on the phone. Kilian Korth on the speed dial on a Tuesday morning. He's been home, a day? And people are still running. That isn't Moab 240 still going?
Yes.
That's rude of him.
Mm-hmm. He just went home. He's like, see ya.
Hey, what's up?
Kilian Korth, the Triple Crown champion, course record holder. It's Mick and Jake, the next aid station, as you know.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you guys.
How-
What an insane weekend.
Bro, how's that audio? Good? Bro, did you drive home yesterday?
Yes. I mean, I didn't drive, but I am home.
Dude, your post-race interview was so funny. I was like, stop asking this guy questions. Give him his bed.
Dude, I was like, I feel like after Tahoe and Bigfoot, I was like a little bit out of it. But finishing Moab, I like could barely even get words out. Like I watched a couple of the videos. I'm like slurring my words. It's like I had 10 shots of whiskey and then like sat in the hot tub and then sure someone tried to ask me questions. I'm like, what is happening,
Dude? What was your favorite part of the course? Right
Man.
now.
Yeah, finishing.
Finishing.
Being done.
The service road
Oh
on
my
that one
God.
section.
Oh, dude. So, first of all, massive congrats from us. We can't wait to just kick it with you next weekend down at Javelina where we can get the full breakdown. But for the next aid station, quickly touching the base with you, like, what are the couple main takeaways that you're like thinking about specific to Moab? Like today being a sloth around your house, just eating everything you can find. Like, what are you thinking about the most when it comes to Moab 240?
Man, I mean, it is the hardest race of my life, and there's like not a close second. Like the conditions were so brutal with the rain and mud, like everything being wet. I mean, I had no blisters for Bigfoot or Tahoe, so 400 miles of racing, and then by halfway, my feet were just totally destroyed. I mean, there was a 50-mile, like my third 50-mile section of the race, so I like lapped my 50s on my watch, and that 50-mile section had 28 miles of sticky mud, like 28 miles of 10 pounds and just hobbling through things. It was unbelievable.
That sounds a lot like 2025 Cocodona, people's experience from Cocodona this last year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Was it raining the whole time?
Did it rain just in the middle third of the race or the whole race or what?
So I was pretty much wet from start to finish, but it wasn't raining the whole time. Like a lot of the time it was kind of, like you're running through a cloud, it's just like misty enough that you're kind of damp, and then it was humid, but it was rainy enough that the sections that I hit that could be muddy were muddy. Like it was just insane. And like I've never felt in the middle of a race so daunted by what was to come, because I just like finished this 18-mile section that's all mud. I like fell directly into a puddle at one point, like full body in the puddle, and it didn't make me any wetter. Like I barely even noticed that I got into the water because I was already so wet. And then I'm just like trudging through mud, going up steep climbs that are slip and slides, and like there was points where it was so demoralizing. Like I'd be looking forward to getting onto a non-technical Jeep road, and it's descending, and then that Jeep road ended up being muddy, and so it was just, it was like crazy mentally just to look forward and be like, oh no, what are these other sections going to be like that I'm getting to?
What can you speak to at all, or are you aware of Brody's situation? His post said he got pulled at the 50-mile mark when he was tied with you, but want to get your perspective on that.
Yeah, so we were running, side by side, chatting for the first 52 miles, getting to the Oasis, which is mile 54. And then he mentioned just his stomach feeling a little off. And I mean, I know, so our first 50 miles was an 8:58. So like a fast first 50 miles, and I was eating about 90 grams of carbs an hour at that point, and I think he was only stomaching about 30, like a gel an hour. So I wasn't surprised when he started walking, just because I figured he wasn't quite feeling enough. I expected him to rebound, but from my understanding, like he got to the aid station, passed out, and then got medically pulled. Like they forced him to DNF, but there's some controversial circumstances with how the race handled this, for sure. I mean, I am not in a perfect place to like be able to speak to all of that, but I do think there is, there are some things to talk about in that regard. I'm kind of being a little waffly with my answer there, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, interesting. I couldn't tell from his post that he was upset that he was pulled, or if he was saying, yeah, I was doing great, and then they took me out. Like I didn't want to be there, or they made a bad decision. It didn't feel like someone's post when they write like, they made the right choice and they medically pulled me, and I'm grateful that they did. It was not any of that. Yeah,
it was. There's some. It was a weird situation. Yeah,
dang.
atypical.
That's too bad.
Obviously, I mean, it is too bad, and I mean, like that. He is just the best guy. Like Brody showed up at Pole Canyon to see me there. So an aid station, he and his mom just went and volunteered at in the middle of the night. And like I'm freezing, it's in the LaSalle's, it was raining, and I got there and I had a buff that was wet, and so I asked Brody, I was like, hey, do you have like an extra beanie or something that I could use? And he just gave me the hat that he was wearing. So he gave me the hat off his head, and sent me on my way. Like, he is just I have like nothing but amazing things to say about Brody as a human being. Like, stellar character, incredibly bright future as an athlete, obviously, but just like, who else is doing that?
Yeah, no, totally. I thought it was cool seeing the video of you guys, training together, and this kind of part of the documentary that's being made, and just, I mean, I think everybody watching, or at least in the sport in that race, kind of knew there were only a couple people that could really challenge a Kilian Korth this year. Him or Benny, or maybe one other, but really the field was kind of thin. And so when Brody got pulled, it was kind of wraps, at least the way we saw it. From, you still had to, complete another 200 miles, but which is no small feat. But watching it from the comfort of our couch was like, well, that's wraps.
He's going to kill him.
He's going to smash everybody.
And he did.
I mean, obviously I wasn't thinking of it that way from an experience standpoint, but yeah, I mean, I do think that I'm like really happy that even though I didn't have someone like right behind me pushing me, I still feel like I held myself accountable to my goals, like I didn't ease off and let myself, slow down or take sections easier than I wanted to. I like that whole dry lake section that's flat. I ran every step of it. My pacer was feeling tired at the end of that, so that's always a good feeling when we can get your pacer feeling kind of rough. So yeah, it was satisfying from that aspect as well.
Nice, man. Here, I'm going to pass over to Mick for a couple of questions, and I'll let you go.
Yeah.
My man, what's up?
Hey, Mick.
Dude, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Your big 240-mile training run for our 20-miler next week. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'll be ready. Hopefully my legs loosen up and then I can actually walk by then, so we'll see.
Okay, so when you're doing this race, to pick up off of what you were just saying to Jake, was there ever a time when you're like, I got this, like it's done?
I would say, like, going into the LaSalle's, I was feeling really confident, but anything can still happen. Like, I could still break my ankle in the mud, or the LaSalle's had like this wonderful mix of the leaves falling on the ground, covering rocks, and frozen on top of the rocks. So it was also slippery. And so, like, yes, from the sense of, if I finish this, I'm going to win, but no, from the sense of like, there's a lot that can still happen here. Like, a lot that can go wrong. And like I was saying to Jake, like, I didn't want to finish with just a time, I wanted to finish with a really good, respectable time. And so, yeah, there was no moment where I was like, okay, I'm just cruising this in, like it was all push all the time until, maybe coming down Porcupine Rim, I was like, okay, maybe we'll slow down a little bit so that I don't stub my toes and cause myself just unreasonable amounts of pain.
Yeah, I mean, you were running not just the Moab 240, but you're also running the Triple Crown. So you've got all of this other stuff to think about, being the Triple Crown winner and the record and all that stuff. So there was no way you were slowing down.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I wanted to, like, let's break that record by as much as possible. I wanted to, beat the King of Moab's time by as many hours as I could. Like, all of those things were huge chunks of motivation, logs that I could throw onto the fire, even when I didn't have someone, breathing down my neck chasing me.
Yeah. Okay, one more question for me. Your aid station times and sleep times. Break that down for me.
Yeah, totally. So the tracker says I stopped for about 7 hours. I don't think that's actually accurate. Strava, I feel like, is more accurate with that, and it says I stopped for about 4 hours. And I think that's probably closer to the truth. So there was more downtime in this race than in Tahoe or Bigfoot, partly because I slept 11 minutes instead of 5 minutes. So, the extra 40 miles.
You-
Did a little bit of extra
You are
rest,
lazy.
I know, seriously. So got a little extra rest in there, and then also just because like I was having foot issues, which I hadn't had in any of the races prior to this, which I think all was because of mud, like mud and being wet. I like, I wear ultras, so I think stepping on uneven surfaces for 20 hours of the race and having your shoes just like sucked around, I don't even know how one handles that really. So up to mile 20, or mile 120, I was trying to address foot issues. Stopped for the for a little longer at aid stations to do that. But after 126, so Monticello Lake, I actually just wore the same pair of socks for the rest of the race and didn't even look at my feet. I was like, screw it. Like, I'm just wasting time trying to fix something that's unfixable.
Oh.
So I think after that, it got a little bit more efficient again. But yeah, I mean, if you watch some of the reels that Nolan and Rachel, the videographers for the documentary, posted on my Instagram, like they'll show how efficient the aid stations were, and it's totally because of the support crew. Like my wife is just in the background taking care of 100% of everything while I'm doing my feed or attempting to eat rice and not vomit. Like there's a whole team aspect going on with the aid stations to make those stops efficient. That it would be like impossible to do this without the good people I have surrounding me.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. Congratulations again, dude. We look forward to kicking it with you next week, and we kind of want to go over the Cocodona 250. We're curious about your take on the field, but that gives you a week to heal up because you probably don't want to talk about what's next yet.
To be honest, I'm stoked for an off season. I'm like, okay, I've got a couple months where I can have lower volume and I just don't have to think about things. I mean, like these things are so hard, and like doing them more just doesn't make them easier. And then you have like, you're outside, so you're dealing with conditions that you can't control. And man, it was just, Moab was it was a true adventure for one thing. And like, I just have a lot to process. Plus I did not expect this whole Triple Crown thing to get this much attention. Like this whole aftermath, I think is pretty overwhelming for me. So there's a lot to process and decompress before I even like think about, okay, what's next here?
Yeah, for sure. And you should soak this in because it's a big deal, dude. That's really cool. But we'll be with you in person. You and I will be running 20 miles together, so we can chat about it then.
Yeah, man, it'll be good. I'm excited to see you both, and I'll be hanging out with Joe Corcione beforehand too. So, yeah, I think there'll be more to say about Moab and the Triple Crown in the next few days. And I'm actually doing Buzz Burrell's podcast tomorrow, so I'm headed back to Moab to watch DFL finish, and I'll be a part of the finish line party for a little bit, and then. Yeah, I've got just a lot on the plate to kind of parse through and see how I want to approach, some of the exciting things that are happening. So,
yeah.
But just want to say to both of you guys, just like really appreciate you and sponsoring the documentary and everything. I think you both are great friends and just pillars of the community now with the podcast. I talked to a lot of people who love the Next Aid Station, so. You guys are doing something awesome, and then it's like cool to be a tangential part of it.
Well, thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Certainly appreciate our friendship with you, and following you and cheering along was, that was really fun, dude. So, okay. Well, we appreciate your time on this, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of the day and enjoy the rest of the podcast. And yeah, we'll talk again soon.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, Kenny. Dude's a freaking animal, dude.
Yeah.
He's an animal.
Beast.
Like he got it. His documentary is going to be awesome.
When's it out?
I don't know what it's probably going to be a few months before they finalize it all, but where it starts? It starts with like his injuries and DC Peaks, dude. Like DC Peaks was his first race back to like being a healthy runner.
Oh, they're going back that far?
Yeah. Yeah, I sent him,
Oh, I didn't hear any of this.
bro, I sent him original footage from his DC Peaks race. I sent him the footage, and they just picked whatever they wanted.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so DC Peaks is in it because that was his first race,
I remember.
2022. He'd come off his knee injury or something, but he knew 4 or 5 years ago he was going to be a 200-mile expert.
Yeah, he told us that. I
Yep.
remember.
And he's like, yeah, this is just kind of a race getting my legs back under me and just coming back, and then he had the issue at Cocodona, and then he DNF'd Tahoe the year I ran it, and then here he is 3 years later, puts together a perfect season.
Yep.
He,
That's what he's waiting for. He's
years.
like, I know I've got it.
Yeah.
Maybe all of you don't know it, but I know.
He
that I
knew
got
he
this.
was that kind of athlete.
Yeah.
And he's young. He's like 30. Yeah, he's young. So yeah, who knows? He might just destroy the 200-mile scene for a hot minute. Like
He's got to figure out that allergy thing going through, where is it?
Yeah.
Jerome?
and
Yeah.
and Cocodona. Yeah. If he puts together a perfect Cocodona, which I mean, it's his race. If he puts together a perfect race, I don't think anyone beats him. So that's cool. That was great. I didn't even look at Max's time from last year, but he dropped a King of Moab comment in there, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Yeah, we'll have to look at their time differences, but he said it sounds like he beat it pretty good.
He was being very diplomatic there. There's something going on there.
Dog. So I read
that, dude? That's funny.
I read the post and I knew something was off, but Brody wasn't gonna.
He's not
going
gonna just say. He's not gonna say what we would say. I'm like, tell us what's up.
Brody not gonna say it, and neither is Kilian.
Why would they pull him?
Clearly, they pulled him, and it was the wrong decision. According,
He's like, my stomach
them.
hurts. I'm in a 240-mile race.
you're 50 miles in,
So my stomach hurts.
or I don't know. Was he hypothermic? DC Peaks hypothermic, and Mick was putting him in his truck and being like, "You're not going back." He should have snuck back out there. Like,
That's not
who was it that snuck back into the
Marie
race?
Young.
Marie Young. She's like, he's not looking.
I'm gone.
There's dips.
Yeah, but if you're hypothermic and they pull you, who's going to complain about that?
I know. I don't know, dude. There's some controversy.
Whatever it is, we're hoping they were wrong.
We're here for it.
So, do you guys know his time versus King of Moab's time last year?
No, but what was his time, you're saying?
Yeah, so Kilian finished 58:45, and Max last year, I'll pull it up here, was 69 hours. So he beat him by 11
Max
hours.
wins.
No, Kilian beat him by 11 hours
Still didn't win, though.
in worse conditions.
Well, it wasn't 69 hours, so. King of Moab lives.
How? Well, hold on.
Was it the same course?
I believe it's the same course.
I think so.
Same course running through mud?
Harry did it in 73. Max did it in 69.
Jeez, Kilian.
And
But-
Kilian did it in what?
58?
58, but McKnight still has course record in 55 hours.
But yeah, Moab has all of those courses because they're so big. They change and tweak nearly every year, which totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I of the three, Moab probably changes their course. Well, actually, no, Bigfoot changes their course a lot too. Moab changes a lot.
Permits, fires, whatever.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, it's fine. I mean,
Here in Moab, it's like instead of that service road, hit this service road.
yeah, not a whole lot of variance on that. There's only so many spots to climb.
That 240
Those
miles,
miles.
dude. That'd be hard to put a 240-mile route together.
And have it be the same every
It
year.
would be hard.
It's very hard.
I'll support her on that.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. Well, so he crushed their times. That's wild. Did you see Courtney Dauwalter? She debuted her first marathon.
No.
Why are you looking at my notes? I was going to
Sorry.
ask you how fast you think she ran the marathon.
Just off the top of my head,
Already.
2:49-ish.
Yeah, bro. She ran a marathon, a road marathon
That's fast.
in Minnesota. 2:49.
Yeah. That's great.
If you were just to go out there and guess, would you have said over or under that?
I've never seen her do it. So I don't know. I know what the pace is to do a 3:07 marathon, and I felt like I was hauling ass.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Now that I know, I don't know if I can honestly answer that.
I know we would have said sub 3. I don't think I would have said sub 250. That's faster than I thought it would have been. And then I heard
What did you do? What was your fastest marathon?
253. And
Yeah, I would say she could beat you.
I would say that.
Yeah.
But that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not running that today. I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, your speed might not be there, but your
The endurance and
Yeah.
strength and nutrition is way better. I had just heard other people talking about it, thinking that like they thought she'd run faster.
I don't know. I think that's pretty damn fast.
That's what I thought. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that's fast.
Go try it.
Yeah, guy who's just talking about it.
Running a sub 3-hour marathon is hard.
I don't care who you are. And to Scott's point, she's doing it in basketball shorts.
It's a 6:27 per mile average pace.
That's fast. It's
In
really fast, dude.
Minnesota, it's probably just a flat marathon. I guarantee it wasn't big cottonwood. I ran straight downhill to get a 253. I couldn't run a 253 on a flat course.
Well, the question is, how fast can you do Boston?
That is the gauge.
Yeah.
Like Truett also last week ran a 225, set his personal best. Asterisk, it was in St. George, has like 5,000 feet of drop. Not taking anything away, but a 225 St. George, that's the reason Boston qualifiers now have those penalties.
Yeah.
Right.
Does St. George qualify for the penalty?
It qualifies, I think, for a 5-minute penalty. I could be wrong, but I didn't look it up.
Something like that.
I
Still,
remembered it
he told me he was shooting for that, and that's insane. He smashed it. And we got some insider info. Jackson over at Salt Lake Running Company
Yes.
was in contention somewhere. Where was that? Top 10?
Yeah. Was where Jackson was?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he run like a
Top
230?
5? Top 5? Anyway, he was saying that he was cruising. He was feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
And he was running alongside of Truett. And he was like, I'm just going to hang with him for as long as I can. And he's like, oh, shit. This dude is feeling good.
It was like 18 or 20. And Truett just
Pulled away.
pulled away, and he was like, I could not.
And he is fast.
He's a youngster,
Yeah.
speedster. Yeah.
Took second at the, right? He took second in the Mid-Mountain 50K.
Second or third at
And
the
that's a
Mid-Mountain.
fast,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mid-Mountain
fast
50K.
race. He's a speedster.
Yeah. And he was like, Truett. He goes, I thought I would just hang with him.
Uh-huh.
And I tried, and I couldn't. That was cool. Yeah. But 3 big marathon notes for this week. The third one, Connor Mantz. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see anything.
Bro, Connor Mantz this last weekend, the Chicago Marathon, speaking of flat marathons, uber flat, set the American record. 2:04:43.
Whoa. What's the record?
With a 191.
No. Real marathons.
2:01 or something, I think.
No, at Chicago.
That is the American record.
Oh, I thought you meant an American runner. Sorry.
No, he's officially the fastest American to ever run a marathon.
Yes.
2:04.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So he set the Chicago course record and the American record ever in as an American. Yeah.
Do you guys know the mile average pace on that?
Ooh, okay, hang on. That's fun.
4:32.
4:48.
It's very close. 4:45.
Oh.
So
That's great. I couldn't do 1 mile of that.
bro, remember we were sitting here with Slim, and Slim said Connor is going for the American record.
Yeah.
He said he's going for the American record at Chicago. Remember, if you remember seeing Connor run, he has this weird gait. Like his knees kind of knock and his feet kind of flail. And if you were just to see him running, you'd be like, And then he just rolls. You got video of that, Scott?
Yeah,
Go to his
it up.
Instagram and see him finish, and it will refresh Mick's memory and the viewers here. It is not Jim Walmsley, like Jim's perfect upright form,
I've seen him get a little goofy.
but Jim's form is like perfect, or
Hayden.
a sprinter, or any of those 400-meter mile runners that we watch. They're just unreal. Connor Mance, it blows my mind. 2 ends. Yeah, I it's interesting to me. But the dude, am I just spelling it wrong?
I don't know. I'm trying just his last name because I
Okay.
might pull it up.
TZ? Yeah.
Right there.
There he is. Where'd he go?
Top one.
Boom.
Yep, just hit any of those.
That dude's knocking out a 2:04.
Look.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Little pigeon toed. Like
That
his
does look
feet
like
turned inward.
it looks like he wore like hip or knee braces as a kid. It does.
Yeah. Maybe he did. But
They're like, this
he's
kid
little,
is never
bro.
going to walk.
He is little. Like how
But
much
he's
does-
going to run a 2:04 marathon.
How much does he weigh? 125?
I don't know. That's incredible though. I want to see what this guy can do on a
Bro,
on-
this
on a
this
trail
where
run.
where he passes him. So great.
What,
Closing.
the very last second?
Yes. He's like, "See ya. I'm passing you."
They're sprinting.
Yep. The Boulder, was that the Boulder 10K? Yeah, 10K. The Boulder 10K. No, dude, Connor's a freaking beast, dude.
Get him on here.
He's dope. He's right here, Provo, dude.
Let's get him on here.
BYU, Provo, Ed Eyestone coached, Nike, now the fastest American ever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ever. So congrats to Courtney, Truitt, Connor, our marathoners of last week. That was pretty cool. I've got number 5 and 6 on here before we jump into Kodiak.
Okay.
Did you see any of our posts? You didn't see any of our comments when I posted our swag drop
No.
hat.
I'm sorry. I
Shirts.
I don't think I got on Instagram all weekend.
Well, this is a week ago.
Do you want me to be better on Instagram?
Nope, I don't care. This post right here, where I posted all of our new swag we dropped, we got a couple comments
This
that I
is
felt were noteworthy.
This is a miss, guys. With an arrow down, and your reply, what color do you prefer? Did she?
I
Did
don't
she
know.
respond?
I don't know.
She
Hit
give you the
those-
middle finger.
I don't know, dude. And then we got a couple hates.
Yeah, of course.
It was great. Look at this one. Someone else jumps in there. Have a laugh, bro. Life ain't that serious.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have to jump in, but this one was great. Apparently, there's a phrase out there that is fragile masculinity. am not familiar, but I guess if you have I'm here for the men's meet shirt, that means that you are a fragile masculine person, or you are portraying that your masculinity is fragile.
Okay. They don't know the story. You're just kidding.
It's a joke. So here's what I got out of this.
Do people know the back and forth we went on even how to make that shirt?
Nope. They don't. Here's what I got out of it.
It was very close to being MEAT.
MEAT. So
Here's for the men's meet. We're just kidding. We're not actually only here to see male runners. That's a total joke.
we're only here to
They don't-
see males
They're
meet.
like, I'm mad.
Here's what I got out of it, dude.
You hate women.
This is how I believe our society functions today. A large majority of our society. They scroll through Instagram or they scroll through TikTok. They see something, and that something becomes truth and all-encompassing data
Sure.
and fact. And then they react. And I'm like, that is how people form political opinions
For
and
sure.
political views. And views about
TikTok
one's
world, baby.
yeah, views about one's masculinity or how racist or whatever word they want to use. I'm like, you don't know anything about me or you or our podcast. I would bet a pair of Bill Hyatt's jorts that person has never listened to a full episode.
For sure. You have 3 daughters. I'm sitting here on this podcast saying, like, we need more females in trail running. I want more runners. I think it's more fun.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard me say this.
Mm-hmm.
So then the aid station guy gets attacked at Hard Rock,
Yes.
and then we were just kidding.
We're messing around.
I'm not really here for the men's meet at all.
What?
I would be if it was spelled differently, but you chose to spell it wrong.
And that is where I think I made the mistake.
I told you.
I think we should have spelled it MEAT.
I wish that you would have listened to me.
I got mixed opinions. I had people telling me both. It was literally freaking DC Peaks. 58, whatever, 52, 48. And I was like, fine. I was in a rush, and I picked one.
What they're doing now is they see that shirt, and they think that we're just going opposite of the here for the women's race.
And then we think it's like a track meet.
Is that what it says, here for the women's race?
It says here for the women's race.
Okay. So then they think that you're just saying, we're just opposite of that. But it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
And we're just kidding.
So
I don't want to go to a sausage fest race.
I'm all in.
No.
I
Are we not going to a fundraiser event for women?
Yes, we already donated to a women's charity that gets women out at the outdoors and women racing in Salt Lake. They've been around for
We're gonna go to
a
their
couple
dinner.
years. We donated
You guys,
baskets to them. We're
You're not
going
gonna
to
hear
their
this.
fundraiser.
you're not going to hear this because you don't listen. We're just kidding. It's just a joke. And they will say, well, it's not funny. And I'll be like, okay, of course not. You're offended guy.
Well, that's why I think it's so great. In our swag drop, we dropped here for the men's meet and offended guy. So when someone comments something negative or offensive about here for the men's meet, then you can just be like, oh, cool. It sounds like you just wanted an offended guy shirt then.
Did you print a few that just say offended they them?
Offended thems. Oh, yeah, offended guy. That is so sexist.
So is women here for the women's race. Which race? White? I am offended.
At least you printed your shirts in white and black. I'm just saying.
Yes, I didn't want to offend anybody on the color. Well,
I see this
check
is,
the-
dude.
I got one more piece to it.
I can't do comments.
the person that made the masculinity, the fragile masculinity comment, I clicked on it to see who it was. This female is a 3-peat hot dog eating champion.
Whoa. Whoa.
You tell me she's not here for the men's meet?
You didn't spell it right, dude.
Bro, click on it, Scott. I died. I died.
She's
Laughing.
the champ.
3-peat, dog. 3-peat hot dog eating champ. Go up. Doesn't it say that on it?
I don't see it on her profile. Is it a?
I think you're on the wrong. You might be on the wrong one, or she might have removed it.
Fragile masculine. Maybe it was somebody down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
Yeah, it's not here.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yes, I'm telling you. There was a flag on there too. That's her, bro. There was another one. A hot dog eating champ. It just said it in the bio, at the very top on the bio.
I don't see it here.
Oh my gosh, dude, it was so funny. I was
maybe
dying.
it's on her art page. Let's check. Nope.
I was dying laughing, dude. That was
You
so
probably
funny.
got shit for saying here
Hey.
for the men's meet.
Oh my
MEAT
gosh, it
as
was
well.
so funny.
She's a good artist.
Wow. Wow.
Like her Sasquatch art.
Wow.
It's hard. You can't when you put a post out. It's hard to let people know. We're just kidding, you guys. We're just kidding.
Someone
It's not
did tell
funny.
me. Someone
That's
did tell me it's very hard on Instagram or on social to have sarcasm land perfectly.
Well, they have no backstory. They don't even know.
They don't know that it's a joke or there's, heaven forbid, someone laugh. So I threw it on there.
They would legitimately be like, it's not funny.
I commented on the next aid station post right there. Always here for the meat. Or is it meat? I'm in either way.
Yeah, that's you trying to explain this.
Yes. Yes.
I don't have time for this shit in my life.
Oh, I got all the time in the world. I got nothing to do.
Now,
I got so much time. I'm not training anymore. Okay, we're going to skip the last bullet point because we didn't get to talk number 6. We're going to skip it because we have not aligned unless you want to talk.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
See number 6 right there?
Oh, I don't care. I'm
Okay,
down.
well,
Whatever you want.
I'm going to skip it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's jump into Kodiak. You and Scott have lots of questions. We'll
Now I lost my train of thought.
I know. But before we jump into Kodiak, I'm going to just preview Kodiak with the reel that I posted on the next aid station a couple days ago. Bro, so many people came up to me before the race, during the race, after the race. I was blown away by the next aid station stardom that was down there. It was just me and a hat. I threw the shirt on mid-race.
It's just me and a hat.
Just me and a hat, bro. And they're taking pictures of the start line. Tons of, listen to your show, like while I'm running.
Yeah.
Race.
That's fun.
And I posted a video, a reel that had like some different pieces of it. You know how for 3 years now, the very last aid station of my race, I always roll up to
You
it.
said it.
And I always go, hey, you guys are my favorite aid station. And they're like, oh, really? Why? I'm like, because you're the last aid station. And then they cheer. And then I always ask them, what you know about that next aid station podcast?
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And they always go, huh? And they like look around and they don't know anything about it until Kodiak. It's the first time ever during the race where I said, what you know about that aid station podcast at the last aid station? Did you see the video?
No.
Bro, Scott, pull that up. The dude goes, oh, no shit, that's you? Oh, bro, I'll listen to that shit. Yeah. It was so funny, dude. And Taya recorded it. Taya was pacing me. I go, Taya, you got to record this because I always have that. I always have that recorded. Turn that volume on. Look, he's wearing our hat, bro. I met John.
That's
Joe,
Corsiano.
Jake.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good shit.
So the dude was freaking rad. We're hanging out at the last aid station. We had to climb mile 89.
I saw that post you sent me.
Dog.
Yeah.
Just from the base of the ski mountain, these zigzags, 2,000 some feet all the way to the top.
At mile 90, that's mean.
Yeah, it was mean, dude. It was tough. we get up there, and the 50K runners are about to come through. Coleman, Cragen, and Anthony Costales. They're about to come through, and there's a bunch of these Hoka runners, and they all knew about the podcast, and they're like, "Oh, what's up, man? We listen to the podcast." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we crewed Hayden, like they paced Hayden."
Oh, cool.
I'm like, "Oh, you guys paced Hayden? Yeah, he was done 5 hours ago."
Oh,
Yeah, so they said they listened, and then this guy was like, "Oh, that's you." He listened. Then I'm half mile from the finish line. We're coming down this service road. We take the last turn, and this chick sees my shirt and my hat, and she's screaming at the
she
top
get a
of
big
her
old
lungs.
middle finger.
No, bro.
Oh,
She's like, "I love your show." And I turn around. I'm like, "Oh, thanks for listening." I'm still just running. And she goes, "Yeah, I love it because I don't get offended." She goes, "I don't get offended to anything you say. I love what you guys are doing." So I turned around, stopped, showed her my shirt, and she died.
oh my hell.
She's like, "I love it." Then that was her.
Oh, that lady
The lady at the very end of that video.
came back and met you.
She like is a volunteer, works for UTMB. She said she's like her name's MJ. She's super cool. But I think she said she's the course marking director at Canyons.
A course marking director.
For Canyons. And then she was
I want
also
one.
there. Yeah, she's rad. Anyway, after she came up and told me that, I leaned over to Taya, and I'm like, nothing makes me happier than when a female reads my shirt and is not offended and gets it and is like, "I love what you guys are doing. Thanks for doing that." Because the guys are easy. The guys like, the majority of the dudes are like, "That's funny. I get it. That's cool." The females are who have maybe taken it the wrong way or read it under a different context. So that was just kind of a cool, like, okay, there's a percentage of them that get it. And maybe that will grow.
How are you gonna make all these ladies that hate us? How are you gonna get them the message that we're just kidding?
Honestly, one of the things I thought about doing was like, I think we just need to have a few more females on the show that support it, get it, and can explain it. Because
But they're not listening to the show.
we will inadvertently.
Then you do a clip.
Sure, then you do a clip. But we inadvertently will mansplain it to them. And then they're just more offended. Like, if I have to explain it to you.
You're like, "Listen, bitch, I don't really hate you. I got daughters." You know what I'm saying? then they'll like us. Right?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, now we're aligned.
Now we're aligned. So the part you didn't get on the video, Taya, it was before Taya started recording because she just came over to say hi. So the morning after the race, so that's Sunday morning that Taya recorded. The race was Friday, Saturday. So Sunday morning was pancakes and bacon and then awards. So I'm eating my pancakes and bacon and she comes over to say hi. And Taya starts recording. But right before she started recording, she goes, "Oh, by the way," she goes, "I laughed my ass off when you said Camille toe. That was so funny." She
great.
loved it, dude. So I was like, okay, there are women out there that totally get it. That's our fan base. And we're leaning into that. I'm not trying to please everyone. We're just trying to be us.
No, not please them, but just like
Win them over.
no, just make sure that you understand what you're hating on. You
Okay.
don't have to listen every week, but just know that we're not really here for the men's meet. There's something behind that. We're just kidding. Like, and then if you still think that we suck and it's not funny, which you will, then
that's okay.
At least you know that we're not hating on women.
Yeah. If you think we suck, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's okay. We're not trying to win everyone over. That's not our. We're not trying to piss everyone off, but we're not trying to like win everyone over. We're just being unapologetically us.
That don't make that a shirt. That, as my son would say, that's a little cringe.
Cringe. Well, so anyway, yeah, I got so much next aid station love. I think Javelina is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Just the masses all in one place and us in our gear. It might be.
We're going to get attacked.
I think we're going to get attacked. We're going to run out of swag, which is great. We'll come up with new stuff next season. But once this stuff's gone, it's gone. I think we'll kind of be like Lululemon. When they make something, they don't make it again.
That's true?
I think that's what they do. There's a few brands that do that, and I think it works for them. I think we do a swag drop, and when it's gone, it's gone. That's it. We only made so many of this color in this size with this on it, and then we'll see you next season.
So what are you guys going to do with the swag at Javelina? Like, obviously we'll have our tent in the tent city and probably have a bunch of it there. But what do you, like, if people are down there and they want to meet you guys or see the swag, what could they do?
They can talk to Jake because I'll be busy.
Okay, so deferring to me. I don't know, Scott. I think it'd be cool to do some giveaways, and we're approaching 1,000 subscribers. That's kind of a big deal. I talked to Taya and Henry down at the race. We're like, you guys should do a giveaway and do like a post, and if you like, subscribe, and share, and you get into a lottery or whatever to win some swag drop. What do you think, Scott? What do you think we do down there? You'll be down there, right?
Yeah, I'll be there. I mean, I think it'd be cool if people come by the tent, just give them some stuff. Give them a shirt. That's what Nike did when I was down there. They were just giving away Javelina shirts. Anybody that came by the tent.
Nike has more money than we do.
That's true.
They come by and just all these women come by and grab it, and you just see it in the fire. They just burn our stuff.
We can talk about it.
I'm down to talk about it now. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I think we could. We'll come up with something cool. I'm going to take a bunch of stuff down there.
I'm just sure a lot of people are going to come by the tent and say what's up, and be cool to be able to give people stuff.
I don't even know
or
if we
incentivize them to come by.
get to set up a tent.
We will.
You're confident of that?
Yeah, that's like the cruise station, because they have it's like the village, and it's about a half-mile little out and back that you'll run on every loop, and you run past every single tent of every single crew in this little tent village. So we should have like a 10 by 10 spot.
I know,
in this
but
village.
we didn't get one.
Oh,
So
we'll figure it out.
they're letting us borrow one.
We're sharing with Everyday Ultra, right?
Yeah.
We're sharing with Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So do they only allow one tent? So
We're just like, hey, thanks for this. Thanks for paying for it. And we'll just, we'll go ahead and just set our canopy up in front of yours right here.
thanks,
Like,
Joe.
we can't do that.
Well, let's just bring our 10 by 20 and we'll just put it over Joe's.
Yeah.
It's just more shade.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Bro, we're just helping you,
We're
Joe.
and just move yours over out.
Your little 10 by 10, let me just collapse it just a little bit. Put our 10 by 20 over the top.
Yeah, no, they were sold out, and he's hooking us up, so
That's
I'm
dope.
not trying to go, like, take over his spot.
Is Joe running?
No, because he just ran Kodiak with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he's got athletes in it. I think he has athletes that are running it. He's got a bunch of athletes. Unless, Scott, you can do a little research and ping your homies and see if you can pull a string, but we could use our own spot. That'd be dope, because we got mixed family, we got us, I don't want to be crowded in some spot. I'll do it if that's what we're doing.
Hey,
But
man, this was a kind of a late sign up, apparently, because when I signed up, I went to get a spot, and they were sold out.
Okay.
So, in that sense, it must have been a late sign up.
We'll send off a few messages after the show, and maybe we'll grab a spot. We're kind of a big deal now. Yeah,
A big deal.
you know,
1,000 people.
almost 1,000.
Whoa. Calm down.
Calm down, everyone.
That feels very, very small to me. I could
10 by 10?
1,000 people.
It feels tiny.
I know. So I'm like,
Everyone comments, how do you guys not have a bazillion subscribers already? I think it just takes time. Scott?
I'll say we have over 1,000 listens an episode and not 1,000 subscribers. So if you're listening right now and you're not subscribed, just push that little button right below the video. Hit that subscribe button right now.
What's more important,
look at
Scott, subscribers or just listens and views?
Listens and views, because whether you're subscribed or not and you watch, we get in that AdSense, yo.
Yeah, we get that ads.
you.
Yeah, we get that next aid station money.
all 4 cents of it.
Yeah, we about to get paid. Wait, have we got a single check yet?
Never for anything.
We haven't been paid
Nothing.
a single penny
No.
from the next aid station
Or DC Peaks.
or DC Peaks I'm aware of. But Scott, do we have a bank account set up with YouTube?
No, we need to just attach the next aid station Google account to the AdSense account.
Well, let's go.
Who cares?
We might have $7 waiting for us.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Scott's over here like, give away the shirts. Like, who cares? There's not money in trail running.
What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
why we're doing this.
But we're still going to make some money, maybe?
If we could make enough to just cover this podcast, that'd be cool.
Cover our entry fees? Get a new
No,
pair of
that's
shoes?
that is absolutely not a thing for me. This is it.
You're retiring after next week,
Yep.
officially.
I've said that before, though.
This is your swan song.
I don't know. I was thinking about Kilian running 240 miles. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you thinking about? Like I did a 3 mile or a 3 hour run the other day. And I'm just like,
Did you hate it? Were you
I don't know.
bored?
I didn't hate it, but I wanted it to be done.
You didn't even turn on your Strava. You're like, I'm just going to go for
I
3
didn't even
hours.
turn on my Strava yesterday either. I'm just like, who gives a shit? Let's just go run.
What's your goal at Javelina?
Finish. That's it.
Good.
That's why we're there. Bro,
Well, hey,
You're gonna finish.
I'm not Jake. I'm not Kilian. I'm like, you guys, we're not leaving until I finish that race. That's the goal.
is there a 36-hour or a 30-hour cutoff?
I'll pull it up.
You're going to get one of these. See that?
It's been a long time coming. I've had major issues with my IT band.
Check that out.
And
That, sir,
30 hours.
is going to be yours in less than 30 hours at the Javelina.
okay,
You're going to have yourself a belt buckle.
let's go.
Are you going to wear it?
Yep. When I'm not wearing Trevor Fuchs U100.
True. Okay. 30 hours. Here's another piece of hardware that I brought for the viewers. Look at that piece of hardware. Made out of very light wood.
That's nice.
Woodware. That's some woodware.
That's nice.
This might be the coolest thing I've ever won. Earned.
Nope.
This might be.
Just because of what it means behind the scenes?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, sure. But
This-
that in and of itself is not even cooler than a belt
This
buckle.
is fine.
Oh, I thought you were saying that. I'm like, you just love that thing? That 3D printed?
3D printed piece of wood.
That's-
that
I mean,
says
that's cool.
age group award winner at the Kodiak Major.
You just mean that you're going to UTMB.
Yeah, I think the more I have had a chance to process that performance, I'm like, I might hold that at a higher regard than Tahoe. Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Okay, why? I can't.
You podiumed Tahoe, dude. A 200-mile race.
That was cool. It was awesome.
And you're saying that this 20, it was nice. 21 and a half hours. It's fast.
It was nice.
Yeah, I wish I could do Javelina in 21 and a half hours.
You might.
Dude, I'm not taking away. You crushed it. That was probably, I just don't know if I would say that was a better race than
Tahoe.
Tahoe. I was going to say Bigfoot. Tahoe.
Jake, I think that took some balls though to go out and hang in basically the chase pack for the majority of the race with some of the best runners in the world. Like, that was dope. You crushed it, dude. I would say that was. I mean, I was super impressed by that.
Oh,
race.
me too. Don't think I'm not.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, I think I had to make. There were several decisions the day before and the day of that I think if I would have made the other decision, I would not have won my age group.
What was that?
And it's interesting to me to think about the hairline decisions. Like, there's just a thin room for error. There's like no room for error. One of them was whether or not I was going to take poles with me. On paper, it looks like a fast course. On paper, you'd think Hayden could have done a sub 16 hour or even a 15 hour.
I said he would.
So did I. But the technicality of it and the climbs are gnarly, dude. Like, super gnarly. Someone might look at it on paper and go, oh, Kodiak only has 16,000 feet of climbing. And Western has roughly the same. Like, he should be able to do X time. I did that. I made that mistake. And so I almost didn't take pulls. So I was talking to Joe Corcione, actually, the night before on the phone. I'm like, bro, you taking pulls? He's like, no, because this, because of that, because of this. And I was like, oh, dude, I cannot decide. I'm back and forth. And I kept reviewing the course, and I kept going back to last year's Kodiak going, dude, last year's Kodiak only had like 13,000 feet. And I had pulls. And I got tired.
Oh, yeah.
And I remembered using my pulls. And so I was like, this one has a 16,000. And we go to Sugarloaf, which is 10,000 feet at miles 70. And then Taya makes the comment the night before. And I told her I was giving her all the credit for it. She goes, Dad, I think you'll be so pissed that you don't have them. It will slow you down way more if you don't have them than the amount of time you think it might slow you down just by carrying them, even if you never used them. That's not going to slow you down that much to just carry pulls in a quiver. But to have them on the climbs, I think you'll be far and away, like, ahead. I'm like, okay, that's a great point. If I carry them for 100 miles and I only use them for 10, so be it. Those 10 miles will be nice. And she could not have been more right. I used them for, I don't know, 8 or 10 miles in the first 50 miles. It's a very runnable 50. So I'm just rocking out these nice miles. And in the back 50, super climby. Tough descents where I'm using them on the descents.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're tough. So I think if I don't go pulls, I have at least an hour, maybe 2 hours added to my time.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Why?
I crushed from mile 65 to 71, the climb up to Sugarloaf. I've not looked at anyone's splits or even my own, but I was moving phenomenally at 2 a.m. climbing with pulls. And I was like, literally on the climb, I'm like, there's no way I move this fast without pulls. There's no way. I'm just attacking this climb. Just going two-handed, and just cranking all the way to the top. Got to the top, cool. Put them in my pack, chopped down it, and I was like, I know I made time because when I got to Sugarloaf, I had like a 30 to 45 minute lead on second place. After Sugarloaf, because Sugarloaf you go up 4 miles on a one-way track, and then you do a 2 mile out and back. So 4 total miles.
Okay.
So my whole goal was to knock out that 4 miles and not see second place. I'm like, if he doesn't see me here, he's squashed. At the bottom of the out and back, so 3.7 miles, I saw him.
That's still demoralizing.
And I knew exactly how long it took me. And I'm like, I looked at my watch and I'm like, I just put 45 minutes on him.
So you're an hour and a half up?
Yep. I'm an hour and a half up on him now. I think I put 45 minutes on second place on the climb. And I attribute all of it to pulls. I'm not climbing that fast without pulls. Others might be able to.
I would like to attribute some of it to your training.
Sure.
Trained your ass off. I don't know if poles.
Did you train with poles?
I trained all summer with pulls, but the last 4 weeks, I only went pulls 1 day a week because I was mentally kind of preparing for not racing in pulls.
You did white pine with poles?
No pulls.
Yeah.
I went white pine, no pulls, and that was 9,500 feet. And I felt it on the last climb. I'm like, I think I'd be moving better with them. But I was also doing white pine with no pulls to see if I could do a mountainous 100 without them.
Yeah.
And I didn't love it for me.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So poles, good call.
That was a huge one for me. Yeah, the pulls were huge. The other big decision that I made was I have always raced, every race I've ever done, with a 2-liter bladder.
Oh, yeah.
On back and a hose.
Yeah, you do.
I've always done that. And then just last year in the 200, you're required to carry 3 liters of water or fluid. So I went the 2 flasks up front with the bladder. I started doing that even in hundreds. In this race, I started training the last month with no bladder. Oh, dude, it felt so great.
Oh, I bet.
And so I was training no bladder, no pulls. So my back was just light.
Your pack was so heavy at Tahoe.
Crazy heavy.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was all wet, too. Like, that was heavy.
But you have to do that in the 200s because there's 20 miles between aid. So
yeah, but when I picked your
dude.
pack up, I'm like, he's carrying this. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
For 2.5 days. So, yeah, I think going no bladder, just step after step for 20 hours, again, just helped with my running pace. So that was the first time I've ever gone no bladder. I just went 2 flasks.
So you didn't have Deanne fix that little...
Yeah, she fixed it. She fixed it, and then I was like, I took the bladder to Kodiak, and as I was preparing the night before, I was like, nope. I looked at the aid station. I love that Kodiak starts at 1 p.m. in the afternoon because you only have to get through like 5 hours of heat. It's not that long. But I started cramping at the 50K mark. Like I had just enough fluid because I'd go 2 500 milliliter flasks in front, and then twice I put an extra one in the back of my pack, like an extra 500. So I was rolling with 1.5 liters. But just when I made that move on that dude and passed him and took first place in my division at mile 31, I was cramping right there.
Of course.
I had just taken a relay.
Same.
Yeah, I just slammed relay.
Doble, or what is it called?
What?
Doble?
Yeah.
That's where your quads were like smashed last year too.
Yeah, but they were great right there.
Oh,
my calves started I started feeling the tingly calves running on this buttery single track. I'm like, I'm just going to keep running through it because I know I just slammed electrolytes and a rock star and I got fluids. I'm like, it'll go away. I'm going to pass this dude and then I'm going to just take off and put time on him.
Do you ever use like icy hot? Does that help?
I use
Get some stuff going.
At every crewable spot. Henry sprayed my quads and calves with BioFreeze.
Should I take some of that?
The BioFreeze,
Yeah.
I love it. It's like an icy hot, just a spray on.
Maybe I should grab some of that.
Dude, I love it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
It's awesome. The old BioFreeze. Speaking of women, we'll bring it back to the ladies. They gave this stat at the ceremony, awards ceremony after the race. They said 360 men started the 100 miler. 77 women.
That's low.
Very low, dude. 437 starters.
Why?
And only 17% female.
It should be 40%.
I think most races hover around 25.
Why can't it be 40?
I'm down for whatever percent. I just feel like that's really low.
Yeah, well, so you're not down for whatever percent. 17.6% sucks.
It does suck.
Do you know what it was for DC Peaks?
No. Do you?
No, I can look it up though.
Oh, I thought you were quizzing me.
No, I'm just curious how that compares to. The
I bet
Peaks.
DC Peaks is close to,
I bet it's more than that.
I'm going to say 27.5%. For the 50 miler,
27.5.
I think we're close to 30. We get a lot of ladies, dude.
27.5 doesn't seem like that much.
I think in the ultra.
Come on, girls.
In the
Let's
ultra
go.
world, kind of.
I guess this isn't going to tell me a number, right? But
yeah, that
I'd
might
have
not
to
be the
count
best
them.
way.
how many total? Let's go all. Oh, it doesn't even show a number. It does on registers.
You're going to have to put that into Chat GPT.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Sorry, tangent.
I'll tell you right here, bro. Bro Ziff. 44 finishers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 54. 54 females started our race.
That's just the 50 miler.
Yeah.
Okay.
54 out of the I think I told you it was
210.
yeah. Well, no, 177.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people didn't start.
30%. That's great.
Okay.
I think that's above average, I think,
That's nice.
in the ultra world. I think 30 is nice. 40, sure, I'm down. I think that's just maybe we'll get there. Any race. Or the ultra community as a whole. I was pretty shocked by that, dude. 17% female. I'm like, why? Why did only 17% go to Kodiak when Kodiak is a major and you get double stones? You get double.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the women aren't as interested in doing UTMB. Maybe the men are just so overwhelmingly competitive that they want to go to UTMB and get the extra stones. They're like, I'm going to go. Cool. I'm going to go get the stones. I don't know. Compared to last year, I have no idea.
Okay. Noted.
Noted. Okay, well, I'm expecting UTMB to probably call me and invite me to Kodiak next year.
So did you go through your normal after the race, wake up at 2 a.m. and smash bacon and eggs?
Yes, I posted. 1:30, which is 2:30 Mountain Time.
And
But
okay.
my body just knows. After a race, it's like clockwork. I wake up, boom, 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., hungry.
I know, it's funny.
Yeah, I just went and microwaved some pancakes and waffles and eggs that were left over from breakfast the day before. Just smashed them. Went and slept for like 6 more hours.
Did you like this course better than the last year's alternate route?
I thought, yeah, way better.
Oh, you did?
Way better. It was.
It wasn't like, go here, spin in a circle,
Yeah.
do figure 8, 10
there-
burpees, jump rope into the kiddie pool. That was a little weird last year.
Yeah, there was no figure 8. You didn't have to do 2 big loops. You just did the one big loop, 20-mile loop on the side. You did the 1 6-mile single track twice, which was the coolest part of the entire race. So I was super down to do that section twice. Fun.
Oh,
Fun
cool.
little cruiser, buttery, 6-mile connector course. They added this super weird climb around like mile. Dude, I cannot remember. I think it was before that. Yeah, so 87, 88. So I picked up Tay at mile 85. And I just ran on the road. I passed all the 100K runners coming this way, just cruising, lead pack on the road. And I went through this ski resort, aid station, mile 85, and picked up Taya, hit my last cruise spot. And then they had this steep climb for like half mile. And then you came down the steepest, gnarliest crap trail ever. I'm like, I feel like they added this because they had to have more vert, or just they needed mileage.
Oh,
And like, we're throwing this in. It's like a black diamond straight downhill bike route, like rocks and
oh yeah.
wedges and ravines. It hurt. I'm leaning all the way over, putting my poles down, and just hopping down to the next step. It was hard, really hard.
Hurt 100.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, it was super tough. But yeah, the course was way better than the year before. So I don't know. They just announced this week while at the race that Kodiak will be the America's major again.
Oh, okay.
So they're going back for, and maybe they're hoping they can do the full loop now. I don't know. But I was kind of bummed.
Try
that-
something new.
Yeah, like why doesn't, for the America major, you only get one a year? Why wouldn't UTMB pick a different course? Like go back to Canyons.
I don't know.
It was Canyons in 2023 or 4. I don't know.
Canyons has a lot of weather issues because it's so early in the year, and similar situation where they have to reroute the course a lot. I think it makes it hard, and it's on the same trails as Western States.
Yeah. Okay, so what are the options, Scott? What are the UTMB courses in America, in the Americas, North America, we'll say, because they have more courses, more population, to do the UTMB American Major? If it's not Canyons because it's too early and you get weather,
So let's see.
and you've already done Kodiak,
you got Kodiak, you got Canyons,
they have Grindstone,
Grindstone, and then there's that one up in
Whistler.
Whistler.
Is Whistler the one that caused the whole Gary Robbins thing?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know the name of it.
Whistler. It's in Canada. I've heard that course is awesome. Why wouldn't Whistler be?
Maybe it will be.
If I had to guess, I would. How were facilities and accommodations there at Kodiak?
Amazing.
So that's probably why.
Finishes right downtown. Like you pop off the trail, run maybe half mile on the road, and you finish in the town center, right at the expo thing.
Yeah, where we were.
Super cool.
Do
Very.
you
very
feel
nice.
like that town can support 10,000 people?
I mean, it supported 2,500 runners, which is probably 10,000 total people.
Yeah.
Like it felt like no big deal. It wasn't like you got a restaurant pretty easily. Saturday night after the race, we got into a restaurant after a 30-minute wait. Like it wasn't a big deal. I think there's tons of Airbnbs there at Big Bear.
Yeah.
The accommodations must be a huge reason why. It's Southern California, so weather is going to be awesome most of the time, I assume.
If there's no fires. Did you
Yeah.
did you notice anything different? Because there were big names in this race. Could you feel that buzz? Or once the race started, it was just like any other race?
Before the race, yes, I could feel that. Because anyone that wasn't following the race very, very closely the last 30 days, I was looking at the 50K, the 100K, and the 100-mile entrance. Maybe once a week, I'd just scan them. Thursday night, after packet pickup, I picked up my bib. I saw Hayden Hawks at bib pickup. Gave him rocks. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks, man. Kind of thing. I get back to my Airbnb, and I'm pinning my bib on my shorts the night before. And I scroll through the 100-mile start list. Boom. Hayden's on there. This comes after a week ago. UTMB emailed all the runners and said, hey, we have 2,500 runners. Every race is sold out. They've been sold out for X amount of time. You cannot move distances. Hayden moved. Hayden bumped. I believe at one point he was in the 50K. Race week, he was in the 100K. Night before, bumped up to the 100-miler. So, I know the rules don't apply to everybody, and I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
He should be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's a freaking Hoka athlete. Hoka's the biggest sponsor of UTMB. So that was interesting.
Does that change? So if he had raced the 100K, that would have been a CCC qualification, but now it's a UTMB qualification, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. So I, based on his post the morning of the race, he felt like he needed to nail the 100-mile distance after DNFing UTMB. So
he's
he
going back.
Freaking nailed it. He and Joe McConaughey were so fast,
Yeah, dude.
And John Barrera took third.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's going to go back to UTMB based off of doing that race.
Cool.
So, no, I didn't think, I don't know, the other decision that you had to make, remember how I told you at Speed Goat, UTMB does this like staggered start thing now? They do this elite start.
Yep.
So the elites, you kind of go past this fenced corral. But what's cool that this is where UTMB gets kudos for their decision making here. It's self-selection. Meaning, if you think you're going to finish in the top 50, you should self-select and you should start up here with the elites.
Javelina has this.
Okay. So
It's a half hour different.
okay, yeah. Well, that would make sense because there's 1,000 runners, right? So this was like there's probably 5 to 10 minutes variance between the elites and the back of the pack that finally start. But they said something effective like, you'll run off chip time. If you don't start with the elites start at gun time, all 50. Everyone else is off chip time. But they're not going to adjust chip time for placement. So if you think you're going to place in the top 10 or win your category, whatever, like they're going off the gun time. So you're just giving up time. So I didn't know if I wanted to start up there. I'm like, dude, I don't want to start with the elites. Freaking, all I could think about was Hayden, Joe, John Barrera, all the other guys. I'm like, Lin Chen. I'm like, I don't want to start with them. I got thinking about it. I'm like, 400 runners. My goal is typically top, 90th percentile. That's top 40. And I even text you. I'm like, dude, I think top 50 in this race would be great for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go up with the elites, but in the middle or ish of that pack. I'm not going the freaking start line, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that's what I did. And I think that was very helpful in my pacing and competing. Because if I'd have been like, no, I don't want to start with the elites. I'm not an elite runner. Then I would have been back here, maybe running slower, giving up more time. So that was kind of a game day decision that ended up playing in my favor.
21st.
Yeah.
Out of that field. Dude, that's nice.
Yeah, 21st out of 439. So I was like, I ended up going top 95 percentile,
Yeah,
which is
good. Really good.
in that type of race. I was very proud of that, very happy with that. Like I would not have guessed that given the field, given the stakes at a major, everyone going to a major to get stones, elites can just get in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah, I think I didn't even know I won my age group last year until after the race. And so going into it this year, that was the number one goal. I want to win my age group and get automatic entry. They call it direct entry into UTMB. So, you know, like I said, it's kind of everybody's talking about it, that men's 45 to 49 division.
Big deal.
You know, everybody's talking about it, and it's fine, you guys. It's fine.
Stop.
I'm probably going to drop some swag in a few weeks. King of the 45 to 49 division at Kodiak, 100 miler. I am the 2-time repeating champ. So they'll probably call me. Are you going to come back and defend?
Fragile age.
Linity. Yes. So, you know, go back for the Kodiak 100 miler and see if I can three-peat the men's 45 to 49 division crown.
You're going to go back?
No.
Well, if you won it last year, why didn't you get in?
Because it wasn't a major.
Oh, why did you go there then?
I just signed up for it because I wanted to go to Big Bear. Last year?
Yeah.
I just wanted to race it. I'd heard about it. I'd heard Big Bear was a cool place.
I thought it was a major last year.
No.
Last year was Canyons.
Last year was Canyons.
Oh. Okay.
And then this year when I found out it was a major, I was like, I'm going back. I'm going to do a different course and go back. So, yeah, the whole goal was to win my age group.
And you did it.
And I did it.
Good
I got
job.
lucky, dude, because there are so many good runners at our age, elites. So everyone that won their age group younger than me, the 20 to 34 was Hayden. The 35 to 39.
But does that count?
Yeah. So here's what they do.
They don't move it to the second person if the guy wins it?
So the reason I was on stage with Hayden and then John Barrera, and then it was Hayden, then someone, then John, then me, is they won their age group. But the way that the automatic direct entry works for UTMB is because they were top 10, the direct entry for the age group rolls to number 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because my whole thing was like, dude, if I don't take first in my age group, I hope first place goes top 10.
I see.
Because then I can still. I believe that's how it works. Now, they recognize you on stage at the ceremony for winning your age group, but I believe for the direct entry, they roll it. Dude, they gave away 210 direct entries into UTMB at Kodiak.
Yeah, well, that's the point of the major.
210. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
50K, 100K, 100 miler, right? Just top 10s, that's 20, 40, 60. And then age groups for all of them, men and women. They said 210.
That seems like a lot, but yeah, still cool.
That's a ton. Yeah, so, yeah, had a great experience. I was super thrilled. And like Kilian said, I'm most excited just to do nothing.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm tired. My body's tired. My mind is tired. I'm ready for just an off season, dude. By the time October rolls around, off season is just sexy.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Scott, what else you got, man?
So just one question, and this is Kilian mentioned eating 90 grams of carbs an hour during Moab. Did you track that at all? Do you track nutrition and what you're eating, or what are you eating to keep? Because you kept, from what I saw, really consistent pace and even some strong pushes on the back half. So what were you doing nutritionally to like maintain the energy?
That's interesting because I did a few tweaks this summer as I was trying to figure out this whole high carb thing. I wrecked my stomach in 2 races this summer trying to figure it out. I puked at White Pine 50 miler at mile 45. Lost everything. Walked 5 miles. The race before that, let's see. Speed Goat, I did great. Lavaredo,
You were hurting.
I cramped 2 hours in, super dehydrated, starting the race. I hadn't taken salt tablets for years. Started putting salt tablets down. Puked my guts out for 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, this is my 5th race of the season. And all 5 are different distances. So I have enough data here to put together a perfect race and troubleshoot everything. So what I decided going in, Scott, was I'm like, I'm done with salt tablets. I will never take them again. I didn't even bring them. And I was like, I think I can run the entire race getting 90% of my calories just through fluid, NAC hydration. So at every aid station, I grabbed a handful of chips. I went potato chips in one hand and fruit in the other. If they had watermelon, I'd grab those. If they had bananas, I grabbed a banana. That's all I ate at every aid station. As far as the carbs, I'd usually do 2 500 milliliter flasks of NAC the first half of the race when it was hot. And then I had 1 water in my, 500 milliliter in my back. Once it got dark, I went 1 water, 1 NAC in front. 500 milliliter water, 500 milliliter of NAC. And I think that 500 milliliter of NAC has 250 calories. And I could hit that I could get a new one like every couple hours. But for it also has carbs in it. But those new high carb packs, Scott, that NAC has, the 25 grams?
Yes, the gels.
The gels.
Yes.
I hit the gel every, 25 grams of gel every 2.5, 3 hours was all.
Okay.
So between the NAC drink and the NAC gel, I couldn't have been putting in more than 50 grams an hour.
Okay.
Not a lot. I was just like, I would rather my stomach just be cool and be a little low on carbs than try to just hang with all these high carb fuelers. It didn't work for me. So, yeah, I ate half of a triangle of quesadilla at mile 52. Other than that, I was just eating chips and watermelon and banana the whole race. Yeah, that was definitely a much different nutritional plan than I've ever had, and it worked. I think at the end of the race, those last 10 miles, I was a bit depleted. I needed more food, more calories. I also knew I was close to the end, and I was just like, ugh.
Seems like the faster people are, the less they eat.
Do you train fasted a lot?
Fasted?
Yeah. Do you eat before you run, or do you ever train on an empty stomach?
In the mornings, I eat very little on the way to a run. I'll eat a little bar or a couple muffins.
I wonder, it just makes me curious. I wonder if you're really well fat adapted to just burn, like in ketosis, burn fat for fuel instead of glycogen, carbohydrates.
I tried to transition my body to that in the last 2 years. I started 18 months ago in prep for last summer, where I eat 2 hamburgers, 2 double doubles, or 2 Five Guys burgers 3-4 times a week for lunch, no bun. So I tried not to eat very much bread, but I will say the last training block, there were several mornings where I would have 2 pieces of toast and a Rockstar and then go hit a 2-hour run.
That sounds so gross.
It's great.
Rockstar and toast.
Hey, it worked.
It's great, bro. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I just got in. I don't know, man. My body and mind does very well on routine. Prison guy.
Yeah, me too.
Prison guy, dude. You lock into a routine, you just clip days. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and next thing you know, you just done 2 years in prison.
Easy.
I kind of feel like that when it comes to a training block. Wake up at the same time, eat the same thing, go run, get to work, wash, rinse, repeat, and the next thing you know, you're 4 weeks in and your training block's
You're crushing.
looking nice.
Do you set an alarm at 2 a.m. every night to slam a Rockstar?
My body just wakes up and knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question though, Scotty. Yeah, I don't know, man. The nutrition I don't know. I told you before the race, bro. I'm like, if I can keep my quads from blowing up and I keep my stomach right, I think I'm ready for a really good performance here.
Yeah.
And that was all. I was focused on those two things.
If you take your projected time and my projected time and you average them, that was your actual time. Pretty close to.
Yes.
When you called me the night before.
Yeah. Yeah. I did think if the stars perfectly aligned and I put together a performance based off my training, I'm like, I think I could do a 20-ish hour run.
The reason is because we go by segment. How long will it take me to do this stretch? How long will it take me that? You don't even think about the overall time. Just how long will it take me to do this? And then at the end of it all, adds it up and it's 20 hours. You're like, well, that's really fast.
Yeah.
Was the aid station time too? You know, you start thinking about all that. And he asked me, and I'm like, I think 22 and a half.
Yeah, this is what you said, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I
20 and a half.
I'm like, I think I could be somewhere in the 20s,
Uh-huh.
20 anything.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too when I checked before going to bed Friday. I think I was like, I saw you were in like 15th or 16th place, and I was like, oh, he's gonna go close to 20 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 15 miles.
Yeah, you lock that last section in, you're 20 hours, 10 minutes.
An hour and a half off?
Or 21:10, sorry.
Yeah.
It was projected to be 21:10
Yeah.
on their tracker.
Yep. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I don't even care.
Yeah, you're like, just get me done. I don't care.
When we were just talking to Kilian, and he's like, even though he was 20, 30 miles ahead of second place, him holding himself accountable to his times and his splits and his goals, that's hard to do.
That's awesome.
That is so challenging. I didn't care, dude. When I knew I was up, I had 10 miles left, and I had an hour and a half lead on second. I'm like, cool. I'm not running this. I'm going to walk right here.
Yeah, it's very
so
easy.
So many sections.
It's very easy when you're doing it on paper or after the fact. But when you're out in it,
yeah,
you're like, I'm walking.
Yeah,
I have to.
I remember being in the moment, walking sections that were super runnable. I remember being in the moment of like, I'm going to walk this and I'm not going to beat myself up about it later, like right now. I'm like, I'm not going to beat myself. Who cares if I run a 21:12 or a 21:38? Zero people care. Nobody cares. All I cared about when I text you and Bree, anyone, I was like, I don't care what place I'm in. I want to know how I'm doing in my age group. That's all I care about. That's the goal. Win my age group. I'm not going to top 10. You kidding me? This field's crazy. I'm old guy. I just want to win my age group. And that's all I cared about. You guys give me splits and times. Did I even tell you they were all like racing? I didn't know everyone went, at least not everyone. If you were in the top 5 of my age group, they were racing for first, dude. In the age group.
Oh.
So I rolled into Sugarloaf 1 at whatever time it was, midnight or something. And this crowd over here, hey, is that Jake? Hey, what's up, Jake? And I just thought they knew me from the next aid station. I had my hat on, my shirt on.
They want to tell their runner
they go,
how far ahead you were.
I go, hey, who's that? And they go, oh, you don't know us. They go, but we know who you are because our runner is chasing you down. They're in second place right now. I go, oh, is your runner Adam? And they're like, yep. And then I turned around and I was like, how far ahead of him am I? And I go, never mind. You're just going to lie to me. Don't tell me. They all start laughing. And yeah, so I didn't. But I think I told you as well, when I passed Adam at mile 31, he asked me my name.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't see my bib. And when he asked me my name, as I ran by him, no one does that. Hey, what's your name? Unless they're like,
sure,
they know some dude named Jake is chasing him down.
Tebow.
Yeah.
Also passed him.
Yeah. So that made it fun for me. I think I mentioned it on last podcast. I wasn't racing to win or top 10, but I was racing these other dudes in my division for a shot at a direct entry. Dude, that kept my heart rate and my attention and focus from mile 30 to 90. Just locked. Just freaking locked all night long and into the morning. That made it really fun. Really fun.
For sure.
So, like, for those reasons, it's fun to go enter a major and just see if you can hang with the best in your age.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was fun. So, yeah, all those dudes were aiming for that shot, and that was I don't know, man. Reflecting on it is kind of cool, but it's quite surreal as well.
Well, you just wait till you're in France.
Oh, I know. It is a different feeling winning the lottery and going into a race versus being like, no, I earned my spot. Like, I won a spot to be here.
It's cool.
That's a different feeling. I didn't really put that together until after. I'm like, dude, I earned the spot to be there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, France, dude. 108 miles. The lap around Mont Blanc. You going?
No pacers, one crew. Is that the deal?
I think so. Is that the deal, Scott?
For UTMB,
Yeah, no pacer, right?
no pacers are allowed at UTMB.
And you get one crew person.
I'm not sure on the crew part.
I don't know, bro. If Bree wants that, then she can go do that. Otherwise, yeah, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not fun to crew.
Oh, it's like difficult.
You have to take the bus. You can't drive. You got to wait.
They're probably like, these guys, you don't need crew. Is that what they're like? Or they're just it's just crowd control.
I mean, there's no denying the emotional support that crew provides. Even if they don't give you anything, just seeing crew is like, can change a race. But yeah, you could run UTMB without crew in theory. It's like the biggest, best aid stations in the world. Every single one of them is like an entire building with everything you could ever imagine and need.
Yeah.
But the crewing there is just hard because...
Oh, no, everybody's got a crew. You watch them go in. Yeah, when they go into that lodge or whatever, everybody has crew.
Yeah,
Right before we
crew.
go to bed, we're watching them at night. Yeah.
I think you can have more than one person, though.
It definitely seemed like they did.
I had heard it was one person.
Maybe it's different for elites versus
Yeah.
peasants.
We'll check it out.
The peasants. Yeah, we'll check it out. But, yeah, dude, Cocodona is next on my list. I might have a little tune-up race before then. A 50K or something. But Cocodona.
Yeah, you better take that shit seriously.
Cocodona?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've already put it out there into the ultra atmosphere. Cocodona, Western, Hard Rock, UTMB.
All in the same year.
2026, next aid station.
And then you retire.
Then I retire because I'd have no friends or family or business. I would lose everything. That'd be crazy, dude. What else, Scott? Anything? Mick, anything?
No, I'm good, bro.
Stoked for you, man. That was an incredible race. And Mick, I'm excited for you too next week. It's going to be a blast.
Thanks, dude. Let's go get it done.
All right, Kodiak. That's the buckle. Locked it down. I'm going to have to wear that probably on my race. When I pace you, I might have to wear a belt buckle with my offended guy shirt.
Okay. I like that.
Okay. Next week, we break down Javelina. We're going to do our podium picks. We're going to pick over and under on mixed times. And we're going to lay down some bets.
I don't even care about that. But yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it anyway. Cool. Thanks for joining. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks, DC Peaks. Thank you, Rockstar. This has been another episode of The Next Aid Station.